what kind of planner you use, it is very common to decorate it in some sort of way. Some people use stickers, some prefer washi, some prefer doodles, but regardless of the tool you like to use, what a lot of us have in common is that we like to have a connecting theme for each month. Because planning and deciding on a theme is actually not that easy at all, today I'm going to share with you how I do it in 5 easy steps. Step 1 is inspiration. And inspiration can come from anywhere, it can come from everyday life, it can come from just scrolling social media. If you like to get inspired from social media, I do recommend following me on Instagram and also possibly people I follow, because you will get inspired for sure, but you can also get inspired from everyday life, you never know. For those moments, I do recommend having a list of ideas somewhere. It can be a dedicated page in your planner, or it can be a simple list in your notes app. Just remember where you put it to reference it later. But what if it's already time to set up the next theme and you have no idea? What do you do then? What is the best way to get inspired? We can talk about this in depth in a future video, but today my suggestion will be to just take a look at the stationery you already own and see if something inspires you. Maybe take a look at the season you're in, or just a period of life, and try to draw your inspiration from that. My last suggestion would be to look at the online stationery shops and see if some sticker or washi tape just sparks your inspiration. Step number 2 is to find the star of the show. Now this is going to be something that is really like the center of your theme. It can be a sheet of stickers or a pack of stickers, it can be a very beautiful washi tape. Take a good look at whatever you choose for this, because not only will it decide your subject and color scheme of the theme, it will also help you build other components, it will set the vibe of your theme, and it will help you choose what other tools you need. Which brings us to step number 3, which is choose your tools. Now this is probably the most important and fun step. Now you get to choose all the pencils and markers. For example, if you have stickers that are the exact same subject as the star of your show, now is the time to get them out. Carefully choose items one by one, place it next to the star of your show, and then decide if it's going to be included or not. And for this step, it's always better to take out more than less. You can always put it back later. In my case, I first took a look at my sticker collection and tried to find any sheet or pack that has sea creatures or blue-purple color scheme. Of course, I won't take out a sunflower pack, but a pack with whales? That has a lot of potential. Choosing washi tape is a similar story, but usually more based on the color scheme. Take a look at your washi collection, and anything that has similar colors to the star of your show or just the general vibe, bring it out. Not all of these are going to end up working out, but at this point that is a future you problem. In my case, I chose a bunch of blue and purple patterned washi, but I always recommend going back and choosing a couple of solid color tapes just to help out the stickers stand out more. Lastly, I always take 1 to 2 super thin washi tapes because they are great for adding small details to your page. Choosing any other elements will be the exact same. If you need ink and stamps, you will go by color and subject. I always take a good look at my silicone stamps, because not only do I use the calendar stamp every time, some of the tiny stamps you get in those collections can add very interesting yet subtle details. Last thing in this step is of course the pencils and markers. And honestly, at this point, grab anything you think might work, because you can easily put it back later if it just doesn't work out. My personal recommendation is to get a small tray and place all of your items on it, because you will have everything in one place and it will be easy to move around and then clean up afterwards. Step 4. Try everything out. Go open a blank page in your planner somewhere in the back, or open a page of your old planner, or just take a piece of random paper and place the star of your show from step 2 next to it. Now's the time to try everything out. I have pages in my bullet journal specifically for this purpose, and I always start with pencils and markers. But you might want to start with washi first, or ink and stamps. Just take one by one and do a swatch, see how it goes with the star of your show as well as with each other, and try to eliminate items that just won't work out. When you do this a couple of times, you will already know what tends to work for you and what does not, so try to place items how you usually use it. In my case, I usually layer washi tape by placing them on top of each other, so that's what I did here as well. This is also a great place to try out any doodles you want to use, or font for your title, or anything else you might need to try out first. Now is also the best time to see if there is maybe anything missing, and in my case, I felt like the yellow-orange color from the sticker sheet wasn't really present anywhere else, so I decided to also add a thin light orange washi for balance. Step number 5 is to make your theme and enjoy. This is the step where you get to use all of the items you selected and make your theme. Remember that you can always leave stuff out that doesn't really seem to work out, and also you can always add stuff that seems to be missing. Sometimes you don't really know before you actually do this step, and that is completely okay. Thank you very much for watching the entire video. I really hope you enjoyed it, or it was entertaining in any way to you. If it was, please leave a comment or a like to let me know, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye!